Heippa hei! It's Riikka Kovasin here with another video, and this time I'm making a canvas. I'm using this canvas base in reverse, so I'm building my piece to the backside, kind of making a little frame for it immediately. What I'm also using is leftovers from my stash, so I'm first adding this, older gel print to the background. This is a great way to get this handmade look in no time, because I've previously made a bunch of prints and this was kind of a leftover, maybe even cleaning my plate, and now it works wonderfully as the background. I'm just using craft glue to secure it in place. The next layer I'm then adding there is another leftover from another project. I was doing some cards and this was kind of the leftover from die cutting some circular shapes. I again stashed it and now I'm using it to add another layer to the background. Most of the elements I'm using, except of those already from my stash or then blooms, are from a Halloween pack. Every now and then I challenge myself to use these holiday products in non-holiday projects, and this was one of those. I'm mounting these elements using foam tape. I want to add more blue to the project because, the first layer I was adding had some blue, but then I covered it, and now I'm wanting some more blue to the project, so I painted the frame using a pale blue acrylic paint and then turn it a little bit old and worn looking using a brown ink, and now I'm then turning my attention to decorating the frame. I also used those leftover papers to make this little bird using some Sizzix dies. So there's the blue again. I'm using foam tape to mount the elements to the frame to make it a little bit more dimensional. I also wanted a little bit more texture to the frame, so I took script stamp and some black ink and added a little bit of this script pattern to the frame. Not that it actually shows a lot after I then place the blooms on top, again using foam tape. The blooms I've cut from AB Studio 12 by 12 sheets. This little star that I'm now brushing to silver color is also from a die cut shape. I used the leftover pieces for this and then turn it into silver one using just acrylic paint. I'm using the same paint to add a little bit of splashes here and there, kind of tying everything together that way. Next, I'm then using the watercolors to add a little bit my own touch, let's say, to the florals. So these are beautiful blue shades already, but I want them to look a little bit more, me or self-made. So I'm adding some blue watercolors on top. They are translucent, the colors, so you can still see the print underneath, but that gives them a little bit this handmade look in a way. I'm also adding the colors to the bird, making that a little bit darker, because I'm now feeling that she's kind of disappearing in the background. I did some white splashes using acrylic paint and then turned this little plague into baby blue version, so the text is more readable this way. I add some wire to the mix inspired by the AB Studio papers because there's this kind of a wire shape going on, and then mount the plaque in place. I then add some melange pebbles to the mix to kind of add these little dimensional details here and there, and also add this journaling to the bigger flower using Christmas stickers actually. When I then have the pebbles already secured with craft glue, I felt that the composition was a little bit lopsided, and then I made this other little cluster to the other side, kind of balancing out the composition. And there you have it, a project made with scraps, Halloween and Christmas, and so much florals. I hope you liked the video. If you did, please consider subscribing. I'll be seeing you within a week. Thanks again. Bye!